And welcome back, everyone. I don't know what happened with my thumbnail. I made the thumbnail. You saw it in the video, or saw it for the thumbnail I made for the previous version of this. But for some reason, when I looked in there, I'm like, did it not take? Did it not save? Did I forget this? I don't know what happened. Anyway, I just made a new thumbnail. It's the same picture, just with a different what if. But what if Gohan kept training after Cell Part 2? Well, last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, the dastardly Majin Buu had awoken and took the combined efforts of father and son to defeat the dastardly pink bubblegum Jin. And as a reward, not as a reward, but through some convincing through the Supreme Kai, Gohan, everyone there, minus Vegeta, Goku did agree to bring himself back to life. And so there has been peace again for a couple of years. As I pointed out in my Is Goku Actually a Bad Parent video, him staying dead did not stop villains from coming to Earth. Because ultimately, Beerus probably would have still shown up at Earth eventually. But Boo was going to show up anyway. Yeah, they had 7 years of peace, but as we can see, there was 7 years of peace regardless. So him staying dead was irrelevant. But now we have some more peacetime. I can't remember how much time takes place between Z, at least the Boo saga, and Super. I believe it is like a year, though, at least. Maybe like 2 or 3. Oh, God, excuse me. But in that time, a lot of people are living their lives. Goku, having come back, living with Chi-Chi, now actually also being a parent to Goten, is like, yo, hey, awesome. He's also radish farming, we know that, but he and Gohan still find time to train. We should know that Gohan is not Goku here. Training is not the thing he loves and is passionate for. It's like, I just want to keep going and improving myself. No, for Gohan, and I made a point of bringing this up in that video I just mentioned, that what if is Goku actually a bad parent video? Watch it yourself if you're interested. Is that for Gohan, it's a means to an end. Now, here he understands why he needs to keep training, because there may always eventually be someone stronger out there. And yeah, his dad's not going to always be around. Add on the fact we don't know how long Saiyan half-breeds live compared to their parents, but we assume it's still a good long time, thanks to what we saw with Pan, who's only a quarter Saiyan. So, oh god, and forgive me if you hear me sniffing for once every now and then. I still got the post-nasal going. Very stuffed up still, but I can still roll with the best of them. Roll with the punches. Ugh. So Goku and Gohan not only are training, but training with each other, which is a boon for their training. Vegeta meanwhile, is furious with that. They even ask, hey, Vegeta, you want to come train with us? I don't need your blasted help, Kakarot, or your half-breed sons. I don't need any of your help. I don't need your help. And so Vegeta, pissed off, just wants to go and do his own thing. And so, yeah, it's like, what's his problem? I mean, Gohan's like, man, what's his problem? I'm sure he'll come around eventually. It's been over 10 years. It's like, But yeah, Goku and Gohan do a lot of their training together. Now, there's not going to be any new form unlocked, really, with Gohan and Goku. Goku could show Gohan how to do Super Saiyan 3, and Gohan can show Goku how to do the Ikari Super Saiyan. I think it's easier for Gohan because of his hybrid physiology, his more innate rage boost, and his more innateness to go into rage. So I think it's more likely that Gohan can access that a lot easier than Goku can. I don't think it's impossible, though, as I've had Goku access the Ikari Super Saiyan hybrid form before. Oh, God. So they're showing each other new tricks. Also, Goku's now having to learn how to train with the Super Saiyan 3 form in a living body, which he's finding is more challenging as it's a bit more, not destructive, but harsher on his body, as we know. But Gohan, being able to help him train, is able to help mitigate those risks. Now, granted, also, they are trying to balance their lives out, particularly Gohan. Gohan, while training, is still also a scholar of some kind. And he does have a family with Videl, and is going to have the baby girl Pan. So that's the thing I think needs to always be kept in mind with Gohan right now, is that he will always be balancing his life out, whereas Goku is a bit more happy to just kind of go like, wee. So we get to Goku and Gohan, I think, training on King Kai's place. Goku's lifting the weights. I think Gohan's meditating a bit, and it's at that point that Beerus shows up. Now, just because they have shown each other those forms, do either of them have those forms? Does Gohan have Super Saiyan 3, or does Goku have a Kari Super Saiyan? I think Gohan may have access to Super Saiyan 3, but it probably took him a while to get to it, even with his potential and all that it's still so new that he just prefers using his Akari Super Saiyan over it. Because as it stands, the Akari Super Saiyan is a stronger form than the Super Saiyan 3. It's 10 times 100 times. So it's basically a 1,000 times multiplier versus the admittedly impressive but overall weak 400 times multiplier comparatively to the Super Saiyan form. Now, what I can at least say for Goku is he may have gotten his base higher than Gohan's at this point, because Goku actually does spend more of his time training than Gohan does. That is just more who he is than even Gohan, even a training Gohan. So maybe he got his base at least equal to Gohan's. Actually, equal is probably fair enough, because they've probably been training more with they probably spar in base to begin with, but they've probably been training more with actually perfecting their Saiyan forms than anything else. But point is that Beerus shows up. Goku's like, oh man, I really want to challenge. He's like, Gohan is like, Dad, are you sure that's a good idea? Oh, come on, it's gonna be great. And Goku goes at him and is completely bodied. Well, are you stronger than your old man, boy? My Beerus impression sucks because of my nose. Let me try it one more time. Well then, are you stronger than your old man then, Gohan? It's like, well, a bit stronger. Really? Well, let's see what you have then. I don't think that's really necessary. Well, I could always just go visit your planet if you prefer. If there's a stronger one there. And Gohan's like, nah, hold on one moment there. No, it's fine. And so Gohan goes Super Saiyan. You're not really that much stronger than him, to be fair. In fact, I'd say you're about equal. Are you sure you're stronger than your father? Even shows off Super Saiyan 3, testing it out. If this is really all you can do. Well, it's not actually all I can do. Oh, it just goes back to Super Saiyan 2. This is all I can do. Ha! And then, I see. And even Beerus like, that is more impressive. And Gohan is that, and Beerus is actually giving a little bit more effort. Instead of doing the finger, he's going a whole hand there. It's like, I must admit, you are much more impressive than your father. But then tell me, can you go any further beyond than this? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, I see. So this is all you can do. All right, then, and just beats Gohan down as well. And so he goes, visits Earth. Gohan and Goku both have to get like the smelling salt treatment and wake up. Eventually, you have to go to Earth. Vegeta's been making a fool of himself, but on the bright side, Beerus isn't going rage ham on pudding. In that sense, it says rage ham on pudding, because Boo's not around anymore. Eventually, Gohan and Goku get there, and Goku is the one they agreed to do the Super Saiyan God. Vegeta is like, why do you get to be it? Well, Prince Vegeta, it's not that big a deal, really. Now, first off, Vegeta doesn't have his freak out moment here, but could he have had his freak out moment? Could he have, that's my Bulma! Could he have had that moment? Oh, it's tough because he hasn't quite had the same growth he has in the original, but he's still had enough time to spend with them. He's still grown stronger, but he's fallen behind. So while I think he still has those feelings, he just refuses to outward acknowledge them most of the time. I think he still has them. But Vegeta has just been falling behind, man. It sucks. He is angry. He is pissed off. He is all those things. He does not want to rely on a crutch if he doesn't have to. And even he acknowledges that the Super Saiyan God ritual technically is a crutch. He will figure out how to do it on his own. And so Goku goes Super Saiyan God. They have their clash. Goku ultimately admits defeat. And Beerus spares the planet. Now, beyond this point, however, how does this go? Because Gohan, like I said, will keep training, but is Gohan going to go out of his way to train with Whis and Beerus off planet for years away from his family? That is the big change here we have to understand. Or the big issue, I should say, with this change, is while Gohan is training and will continue to train and perfect the forms he has, and maybe even try to go further beyond him, is he willing to just kind of abandon his family for a couple years at a time, or at least an extended period like that? Unless he says, because he does have a job, he works, he supports his family. Unfortunately for a lot of you viewers out there, I know this is going to piss a lot of you off. You're like, no, you're ruining the what if. I don't think Gohan would do that. That's not who Gohan is. He's not Goku who will just go off and do it and hide from his wife for years on end. Vegeta and him will do that, no problem. And we know for a fact that they were gone for upwards at least a year, minimum. And have been gone for multiple points in time, for multiple stints like that, on multiple occasions to keep training. But that's not to say that Gohan would fall in disarray. Gohan's training would fall in disarray, because Gohan is a lot smarter than both his father and Vegeta. So figuring out other methods of training would be advantageous. And unlike Vegeta and Goku, he's not ashamed to use, let's not call them underhanded, but outside means of getting stronger from other individuals. Case in point, while Goku and Vegeta are away training, Gohan eventually goes to Bulma. And asks, Bulma's like, hey, what's going on? He's like, look, my dad and Vegeta are training and learning how to use God Ki. I don't want to fall behind either. Well, I mean, you could have gone with them. And you just kind of sit there like having a conversation. I didn't want to, and there's Pumpkin. Oh, wait. Whoop. There's the kitty cat. He's like, pet me, let me, rub my pooch. Oh, poochie, 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 poochie. He went, what? You're a silly boy. I love you. Back to the show. But he's talking about, I didn't want, I could have, but I, and even Videl said it was okay, but I didn't want to leave my family alone like that. Yeah, but it's like, but she's rich. She's Hercule Satan's daughter. I mean, you guys didn't have to worry about money. It's like, yeah, I know, but I just don't want to leave my family like that. But I don't want to miss out on my training either. Well, what are you asking me? I mean, I don't really know much about Super Saiyan. Yeah, but you know technology. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? I've been thinking about it. The advanced form I take, I call it the Akari form. Vegeta even said it had something to do with something like the Great Ape. There's got to be a way to access it even further. Well, what are you thinking? Well, I'm wondering about this. Is it possible we could figure out a way to regrow my tail? Was it your tail? My tail is a connection to the Ozaru form, or my Great Ape form. It was what allowed me to turn to the Great Ape to begin with anytime we looked at the moon. I'm wondering if I gained that back, I might be able to access even greater power. And it's like, well, I don't really have a way to grow it back, but we can always just get the Dragon Balls. It's like, oh, that's not a bad idea. I guess we could do that. That seems kind of like a pay which, oh, that's okay. I need to give it some of these crow's feet anyway. It's like, huh? And so, they go find the Dragon Balls while they're gone. Gohan wishes for his tail to be back, and sure enough, he gets his tail back. All's well and good. So and after he gets his tail back, he now experiments. Like, okay, let me go Super Saiyan. My Super Saiyan form really just doesn't feel any stronger. I think we know what the tail ultimately does. It's their connection to their Great Ape heritage. It allows them to turn into the Great Ape. Great. I do think, at least for your lower level Saiyans, like say Goku back in the day, if he's losing his tail probably did hurt his power level a little bit. If he has tail, maybe it would have been up just a little bit, not by much. Like if it was 10, maybe he'd be at a 15 or 20. Like I mean, like minuscule amounts. For that, but like at that point, it's like a large number because the multiplier is huge based on the amount. But if you're talking about now, it's like your Goku's not going to feel any different. He goes through all his forms: Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. But then he tries the Akari form. And when he tries that, he's noting, it just feels weird. Like, what is that? And he's just trying to power up into the Akari form. And doing that on its own, he's doing it on its own. It's like he does it, but it's like it feels primal. Like, even like he's trained with it so long that it just kind of feels like a second nature for him. He feels a bit more aggressive usually. Here's like, what the hell? And so he asked Piccolo, like, hey, Piccolo, can you look over if something goes wrong? I just want you to take the tail off immediately if something goes wrong. Gohan, what are you thinking? This might not be the best idea, but I gotta try it. And so Gohan goes Super Saiyan 3. And then, well, technically you can do this either way. But goes all the way to the strongest form he can handle. And then tries to add the Ikari on there. And at that point, and all of a sudden, he is starting to change. And he's turning into the ape, but not just any ape, but the Golden Uzara form. That's right, folks. We're going Super Saiyan 4. You don't like it? Tough. But anyway, I had some people say he does it too, but I haven't had people in a while say it, but I remember people back in the day saying, oh, he loves doing this form and like all that. It's like, yeah, because I think Super Saiyan 4, and a lot of people, even who don't like GT, think Super Saiyan 4 is pretty cool. So, you don't like it? Tough. And plus, this gives Gohan a unique avenue away from Goku and Vegeta. I'm not saying I might not try to do God Ki with him. I'm just saying this gives him something different to keep him unique compared to his father and Vegeta. And so he's just it's like, Gohan, are you? And Gohan just raging. Gohan, I gotta take off his tail. Just whacks Piccolo around, nearly kills him. Gohan, you need to stop this, please. It's me, it's Piccolo. Excuse me. And so he ultimately is about to just rail down on Piccolo, who's like, oh, Gohan. So, and all of a sudden, a ship flies by. It's like, Gohan? And there's Videl. And I believe Pan was born at this point, wasn't she? So, and that's where Gohan suddenly starts. Just, yeah. It's like, oh, Gohan, it's us. It's your friends, your family. Please, come back. I did like the idea of how Goku kind of came back into conscious, like came back in control, and GT just Pan and just starts, then finally powers down, and you see Super Saiyan 4, which this would be called Super Saiyan 4, by the way, because they have Super Saiyan 3 in this version. Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gohan is here. Now, how strong is he actually compared to, say, God Ki? That's difficult to say because the actual multiplier of Super Saiyan 4 is actually unknown. Most people go with the idea that the Ikari form, the Uzara form is 10 times. He was in Super Saiyan 3 technically when he did that. And so people added the 10 times multiplier. It is actually probably much larger than that, but most of the times I just go with the 10 times multiplier. But given his hybrid physiology, maybe I could even make an argument to go even further beyond. Maybe I could go even further beyond. Either way, Gohan's like, I'm okay. And Videl's like, you're okay. And then she's finally getting a look, and she's kind of blushing like, oh my. It's like, oh, hey. It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, hey, little panty poo. So, hey, little panty. His voice is a little gruff. Sorry I made you worry. Piccolo, are you okay? It's like, nothing some Senzu beam won't cure. My God, though, this power, it's unreal. It's like, we're gonna have to work hard to figure out how to control it. It's like, right. I'm not gonna fall behind, Dad. And so we'll end with the Resurrection F, where obviously Frieza shows up. It's like, I remember you. You've grown up, little brat. It's like, I remember you. You've shrunk. Please. That joke would only work if you never actually saw me in this form. So please, I'm not offended. Oh, really? Actually, you're right. You seem a little smaller than before. Resurrection a little hard on you? Oh, funny little bastard you are. Very well, then. And in the original, he one-shot, I think it was it just Super Saiyan Gohan he was at, or Super Saiyan 2? I think it was just Super Saiyan. But he one-shot him. His base form one-shot Gohan. Oh, excuse me, which actually gives you a good idea of how strong Frieza was at that point. If you could theoretically calc Super Saiyan Gohan at that point, and Frieza could one-shot him, he's at least twice as strong then. Here, however, Gohan goes Super Saiyan, and Frieza's not able to one-shot this guy. It's like, not gonna be that easy, Frieza. Ah! It's like, ah! So you've definitely gotten stronger since the last time we fought, boy. Ah! And he powers up all the way to his final form. He's not even fucking around. And Gohan can feel just how strong is it. Like, well, looks like you haven't been resting on your laurels either, have you? I see you even grew back that hideous oaf of a tail that you Saiyans have. Very well, then. It's time for you to die. And then Gohan is stressing, goes Super Saiyan 2, trying to keep up, but I do think that Frieza right now is way above him still. Well, then. If you're going all out, I guess I should do the same! And he powers up. And it's like, and Frieza's like, what is this disgusting abomination of a form you've taken? I call it the next level of Super Saiyan, Frieza. I call it Super Saiyan 4. I'm sorry, did you say 4? You mean there was a third we bypassed? Yeah, I just didn't feel like going that. Never mind that. Let's see how strong you really are. And they go toe to toe. Now, though, Gohan is probably at minimum equal, if not stronger than base form, final form Frieza, true form Frieza. And so they're clashing, they're going at it. Goku can feel their energy, and so they finally get there, teleport in time for them to see Gohan in his new form. It's like, Gohan? Hey, Dad! You little bastard! But then who's to say you're the only one holding? Who's to say I haven't been holding back? What? No, this is your strongest one. You really think I would have come here knowing having been beaten by a Super Saiyan prior and not get made precautions? Powers up and shows Golden Frieza. And unfortunately, while Gohan tries, he quickly fails to keep up. Only for Goku, who goes Super Saiyan Blue, to show up and you help him out. It's like that's enough for you. You're not the only one who's been training. It's very well. You're the one I wanted anyway, Goku. And they just clash again. Except Frieza's now using up his energy a lot quicker here because he's think words because he's already been fighting Gohan, and so he's tires out a lot quicker. I do still think you get from the behind firing laser shot. Vegeta goes in. I think it still ends generally the same way, but Gohan shows that he has gotten a lot stronger. And I think even Whis and Beerus, that is an interesting form you have, boy. I wouldn't mind a spar with it myself at some point. Indeed. Provided you have the time to spare, why not come back? Why not come over and train with your fathers at some point? Maybe I'll do that. I could probably use a bit of a. There's still more to this form I could probably do with. So that is where we ultimately leave part 2. I think we'll have at least 4 parts of this. Until then, though, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks for the next one. I got 2 other videos I got planned for today, so thanks for watching. I'll see you later.